convince me that when you go to Washington, D.C., you're not going to become a kidnapper's wife.
Well, I have a record, 7 years in the state Senate, and I've led some pretty aggressive charges against some pretty powerful people, including Haley Barbour on the eminent domain fight we had a few years ago. And let's not forget that I did challenge a 42-year incumbent. And that speaks something to the extent that I don't want to be a part of their club. I don't want to be on the cocktail circuit in Washington. We've had too many clubs in Washington. We've had too many times where these men and women have chosen to tell us one thing and then do another. I am a conservative. I'm a Reaganite, a Jeffersonian. I'm a Goldwater guy from back in the day. That's what I believe. And the answer to everything that ails this country is to return to fundamental principles. The Constitution matters. It's a map to prosperity. And at the key at the heart of that document is that the powers of this government belong not in Washington, D.C., but among the people and the states respectively. Barry Goldwater said it best in '64. We'll begin to fix things when we find men and women to go to Washington, D.C. that will agree to divest themselves of the powers they've been given. What he was speaking to is a concept that when people get to D.C., they want to embrace more authority. They want to embrace more power. Usually it's because they want to step themselves up to a better position. The best way to handle power is to diffuse it among the branches, among the states, among the people, never taking all of that power or consolidating that power within one central authority. That's why Washington has become so problematic over the years. They have consolidated power in one central authority. But when you do that, you consolidate all the negative traits, all the negative attributes of humanity. When you consolidate power, you bring in envy and ambition and greed and avarice and jealousy and all these things that can lead to corruption. Our founders knew that. They knew that government, when consolidated, could be easily corrupted. And they fought for a constitution that kept that government very limited, so we would always have our civil liberties protected. That's the type of government we must insist upon. There are certain places that federal government must not transgress, and that's what we must insist upon. What I can promise you is I have a record of 7 years in the state Senate that shows that I will stand and fight, that I will defend my principles. And lastly, I have no intention to be enamored with Washington, D.C. It's taking control of too many men and women over the years. I don't want to work within a corrupt system. I want to change the corrupt system if possible. And people like Ted Cruz and Mike Lee and Rand Paul have shown us that if we fight with courage and conviction, it can be done.